Hey, Mr. Mobley, how are you doing today?
I'm doing good. Thanks for asking.
That's great. I just want to ask you a couple questions to see if you're qualified for this position, if you don't mind.
Oh, I don't want it all. Ask away.
Okay, could you describe yourself for me?
I like to feel like I'm a hard worker who wants to work right and doesn't stop till I get the job done right.
That's understandable. That's a good way to be. Can you describe your best and worst boss to me?
My best boss would have to be the one I had last. He always worked around my schedule, made sure I was doing the job right, and if I wasn't doing the job right, instead of coming over and yelling at me and have somebody else do it, he stopped me, showed me how to do it correctly, and then sent me on my way to make sure I was doing it right. My worst boss would have to be the one I had while I was working in Japan. He didn't show me how to do it right. He just sent me on my way and hoped for the best, I guess.
That's understandable. We all have those type of bosses. Could you give me some examples of teamwork?
Teamwork is like when you work as a team. It's a whole unit. It can't be by yourself, because if you're working as a company, you have to be able to rely on everyone there who can get the job done equally right. And if you don't have a teamwork, you don't really have a really strong company to rely on.
I definitely agree with that, and I'm glad you think that way. Can you tell me, how do you handle pressure?
Well, there's different stages of pressure. There's pressure where you know what to do with the scenario, and there's pressure where you don't know what to do, and that pressure is a little harder. I feel like if I knew what to do under pressure in the scenario that was going on, and like I had a time limit and I had to reach that time limit, I feel like I could do it. But if there was a scenario where I didn't know what to do, I feel like I would have to rely on that teamwork we were talking about.
That's understandable. How do you describe yourself, Mr. Mobley?
I describe myself as a hard worker who works hard, wants to get the job done correctly, and who just knows what to do in the scenario and likes to learn.
That's understandable. What are you passionate about, sir?
I'm passionate about a lot of stuff. I'm passionate about work. I'm passionate about religion. And I'm passionate about my lifestyle. I'm passionate about working hard. I'm passionate about staying in shape. Just all the different qualities.
What do you like and dislike about your previous position?
I learned a lot of new stuff. It kept me on my toes. I didn't like that I had to end it so soon because I had to go back to school. I couldn't work anymore, and the long hours, it was pretty tough, but I didn't mind it too much.
That's good. What have you learned from your mistakes?
I've learned that you have to overcome them no matter what, because everybody overcomes adversity, and if you make mistakes, you just learn from them and you adapt to them.
Yes, I know this is kind of an interesting question, but what is your greatest weakness?
My greatest weakness is probably that I'm hard-headed. It takes me a while to learn, but once I learn it right, that's the way it gets done.
That's good. That's understandable. What problems have you encountered at work?
I've only encountered a few problems, such as like some with the employees, like they don't like the way I'm doing something, or they're doing something wrong and I correct them, or I'm doing something wrong and they try to correct me. But there's nothing really been too bad. Never been injured or anything like that.
Okay, thank you, sir. And I thank you for your time.
All right, thank you.